the first thing that you want to do is create Adobe Illustrator and create a new file. When you're in here, I would just go with the standard, the letter 8.5 by 11, or you can actually input the information in here and select create. Now what I want you to do, I want you to import your picture that you took of your workflow. But I want you to import it into the bottom layer. These are panels on the right. And usually, if you're in this application, you want to go to, I usually have it on typography or even layout. Either one of those will be fine. I'm going to keep it on typography for now. I have my layers open, but in case your layers are not open, if you go up to window, make sure if this is deselected, go ahead and select layers and it will show up here, and you notice it's highlighted now. So in this first layer, I'm on layer 1, and you can double click on this layer and name it workflow template. Now I'm gonna go to File, Place. I'm gonna find it. And you notice I'm moving the mouse and it drags along. I'm gonna go ahead and drop it on here. Yours is probably gonna be bigger than this because I'm just using an example here, but I'm holding. You notice if I'm enlarging it, it can get distorted, but if I hold the shift key down, then it's proportionate. So right in between the eye and the layer, the space right here, I'm gonna click that once, and that's gonna lock the layer. And look, now I have a pencil, I can't do anything with that. So I'm gonna think how I'm gonna do this. So I think I'm gonna keep the squares in one layer. I'm gonna keep the lines in a different layer. And I'm gonna hold the diamonds in a different layer. And that's what makes the most sense to me. Okay, so first thing that I'm gonna do, I'm gonna start with the squares or rectangles. You can either, I'm still in the layers window, you can either come down here to the plus, or you can go to the 4 bars, select that and select new layer. And let's go ahead and name it squares. I'm gonna zoom in. Now, you're gonna be using everything with your selection tool, but I'm gonna come down here to this rectangle tool. And I'm gonna go ahead and call them rectangles instead of squares. I go back to the layer, double click on that, and fix that. So on the rectangle tool, you'll see this is your foreground and this is your outline. If this looks like this, you can still select the tool and bring it over, but you only see an outline because there's no color here. So if there's no color on here, I'm gonna go ahead and put the stroke, I want it to be black. Make sure this is forward. And if you don't have this panel open, you can go to Window, Swatches, and that should bring out the color panel also. And you can select black. Now your stroke is black, and if you look up here, it says that your stroke is 1 point. That works. What I'm also gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and I wanna give it a fill right now. And I'm going to select the foreground. And I think I wanna do, let's use yellow right now so you can see it. So there it is. Yellow foreground, black outline. So now I can adjust the size, and I'm on the selection tool to whatever size I want. Let's say something like this. So that's my first one, like something right here. What I want to do, I want to put them all, make sure all these are aligned. So I'm just going to go ahead and take copy, edit, copy, and edit, paste. Put it right there. Now you notice there's like an alignment here. If you go under view, you have your smart guides on, or you don't, you may want to turn them on. It'll help you align it. That's how you feel that, you see that little snapping there. But even if there's no snapping, I'm going to show you a way to align it. Then I'm going to go ahead and copy paste again, or Option C and V on the PC. Command C and V on the Mac. And I'm gonna just go ahead and place them where I see them. Copy paste. Copy paste over here. Copy paste over here. And this looks more like squares. This is a rectangle over here. Copy paste. Okay, so that's my rectangles right now. So if you go up to window and you choose Pathfinder, remember if it's not on, go up to window and make sure this is checked. And you see that it shows up and it's transform, align, and Pathfinder are together. So if I hold my shift, if I select the first one and hold my shift key down on the first row, I can go to align, and I'm gonna go ahead and center that. So I'm gonna do horizontal align center here. And I also want to distribute, so that means that I want the spacing between each the same. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the vertical distribute center. So now this space is the same. Now, I'm gonna go to the end and then do the same thing again. So I'm gonna align them horizontal align center and distribute the objects. Well, there's not multiple, so this one doesn't matter. Okay. So that's my rectangles. I'm gonna come over here to the layers window and create a new layer. I'm gonna name this one squares. I'm gonna lock the rectangles so they don't move. On my squares, I'm gonna select the rectangle option. But this time, I'm gonna create a square. So I'm gonna hold my shift key down. This shift key allows you to create a perfect square. And it's not perfect. Let me try it again. So what I did last time, I let go of the shift key, take the rectangle, hold the shift key, drag it down, and then let go of the mouse first, and then lift your finger from the shift key. And in this one, because I want them a little bit different, well, my swatches is open, I'm just gonna go ahead and select the pink color for now. So I need 5. So I'm gonna edit, copy paste, or Command C and V on the Mac. Copy paste, copy paste, copy paste. Okay. Now I'm gonna go ahead and select this row, second one, and do the align the objects, horizontal align center, and vertical alignment. There it is. Then I'm gonna do the same thing to the left. Align objects. And here we go. So that's our squares. So I'm gonna lock my square layer. I'm gonna create a new layer. And I'm gonna call this diamond. Double click on here. Now, I'm gonna go back to my square, my rectangle. I'm gonna do shift, hold, so I get that perfect square. I am gonna pick another color. Then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna come down to the rotation tool. I'm gonna hit my shift key because I want it to snap, otherwise it doesn't snap. So there's my diamond. Then I'm gonna go ahead and bring it in place. It's a little big, so I'm gonna hold my shift key and size it down. I'm gonna go ahead and copy paste. Now I'm gonna hold shift and hold all of these. I'm gonna align the objects. And then I'm gonna copy paste one more and put it over here. My alignment may be slightly off, but we can go ahead and fix that in some of it. Okay. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and lock that layer. I'm gonna create a new layer. And I'm gonna create all of this, the arrows. So I'm gonna put it lines and arrows. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna hide every layer except for the last one, the template, and the lines and arrows. So I'm gonna see here, okay, so what's going on? I need one arrow here. Okay, so I'm gonna go to the tools. And I'm gonna go to the pen tool. Make sure you turn off your fill, but you leave your stroke. So I'm gonna click anywhere in there. Then I'm gonna hold this shift key down because I wanna do a straight arrow. That's it. So once you do your stroke, you can select this and go up to window, go up to window, and select stroke. You're gonna get this panel right here. Then what you're gonna create, you're gonna click on the 4 horizontal lines, show options, And right here, you're gonna get arrowheads. And you're just gonna choose an arrow. And you can choose whichever style that you want. And that's your arrow. Now what I like, I'm just gonna go ahead and take it and put it right there. I'm gonna take it and copy paste it. And put it in the places. Like this one, if I want it to be at the exact same placement, but just across, I'm gonna do copy, paste in place. I'm gonna hold my shift key on my keyboard and my arrows on my keys. I just bring it over. I'm gonna select copy, paste in place again, hold the shift and do the arrows down. Copy, paste in place, and then I'm gonna go over here. Okay, while I'm here, I'm gonna select all because my arrows look a little thin. And look at this stroke here. I'm gonna put this up to like 1.5. That's just a personal preference. So then when I hide the bottom, you can see they're a little bit thicker, they're not so thin. Then I'm gonna do copy, paste in place. Here. I'm gonna do this one, copy, paste. I'm gonna go to the rotation tool, come to the end, hold my shift key, and move it upwards. Put it right there, copy and paste again, put it right here. Copy, paste in place, bring it down to that, copy, paste in place, bring it down here. Okay, and then I'm gonna grab this three. I'm going to group them, go to object, group. So now when I move them, everything is highlighted. I'm gonna copy paste this. And I'm going to go to my rotation. And I'm gonna hold the shift key down. And I'm gonna put it right here. Now I'm going to ungroup them so that I can individually move them up wherever they need to go. I turn on and off the layer so you can see what you're doing. Okay, so now let's do these long ones. Okay. Take your pen tool. Click first. Hold your shift key so your line will go straight. Hold your shift key again when you go up. And hold your shift key here. Okay, now when you're in stroke, you have to be in your selection tool. Yes, there we go. Selection tool, I'm gonna select arrowhead. I think I chose 7, yes. And now, yeah, I'm gonna double check that the stroke is on 1.5. So if I hide this, you can see it. Now I'm gonna do it again. Here, hold on your shift key, go straight across, do 7 right there, hold on your shift key, go straight across, arrowhead number 7, let's do the last one. Start here, hold the shift key, go across, and arrow 7 again. Now I'm gonna turn on everything underneath. And as you can tell, we'll have to make some adjustments in here because everything is moved. So like this one, I'm just gonna hold my shift key and bring it out. Right outside. I would probably, what I will do, I'm gonna grab this whole thing. Actually, I'm gonna grab the arrows. Okay, let me unlock the rectangles first. And I'm gonna grab the rectangles and I'm gonna shift up. Because I forgot a diamond here anyway. Okay. Now, because I want everything to align, I'm going to unlock my arrows here. Hold the arrow and hold the shift key. And I'm looking for the smart guide to see how this aligned to here. Okay, so now I'm gonna select the other one. Bring it up, and it's still a little tight. So now I'm gonna take the rectangles, and you notice how it jumped to the rectangle layer. When I move that up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hide the template. And adjust these. Okay. I'm gonna lock my lines, my squares. When I unlock my diamond, take one of the diamonds and copy paste it because that goes here. Now you see how your arrows are on top? That's a very, very easy fix. I'm gonna show you in a minute how to fix that. I'm gonna fix the placement first. Turn this on to see what I'm doing or what I'm supposed to be doing. So this comes from that diamond up to the second one. Okay. Turn on my arrows. Turn on the diamonds on the rectangles. Okay. I'm gonna turn off my template. I'm gonna turn off unlock my arrows. If you click this is your direct selection tool. This is your selection tool. Your selection tool grabs everything. Your direct selection tool only grabs certain points. So be mindful of that. Okay, so that is approximately where I want this one. I'm gonna take the direct selection tool and I am gonna highlight this too. Notice these are white, these are fill. I'm gonna take my shift key and then undo my shift key. Every time you hold the shift key, it jumps down 10 points, 10 pixels. Now I'm gonna take this one, put it right there, unlock my rectangles, line this up. Another way that you can line it up, you can select both of these, and go to align, bring this forward. You want to align this too. So now they're at the same height. Okay. One of the things that I also like to do, if you do Option R on a PC or Command R, these are your rulers. So if you take the selection tool right over the ruler, click and hold, bring this over. This is gonna help you line things up. So this one's fine. This one needs a little work. I wanna unlock my diamonds. Select one, hold my shift key down to select the others. Move it over with the arrow. I think I'm gonna bring this one down and this one down just a hair. Now I'm gonna select my arrows and adjust these. Do you notice how they're all grouped? Make sure you ungroup them again. Okay. Now, this little guy, I'm gonna bring it down a little bit. I'm also gonna unlock my squares. Select here, bring this over. Whatever you do, I'm gonna lock that. Whatever you do, don't group this, because if you group everything, it brings everything into one layer, but you can select everything. I'm holding the shift key and the arrow on my keyboard. I'm bringing it over to the right. And a few more times. Go to arrows. Go to arrows here. I'm gonna turn this off, see what I'm supposed to do. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna go to this arrow. Direct selection tool, grab the bottom of the arrow. Hold my whoops. You notice I didn't select that point, that's why that didn't work. Hold my shift key. Come right there. Now, I'm gonna take this one, move it over to the right, just a hair. Move that down. Try to line that up. Line this one up. Okay. I need to line up this one. I can bring a ruler down, not that low. And then I'm gonna select only the tip of the arrow and bring it over a little bit. And I'm missing arrows down here. So now I'm gonna take this, hold shift key, select the first one, hold my shift key, object, ungroup, copy, paste, rotation tool, hold the shift key down, ungroup, I actually don't need the bottom one. There we go. Am I missing any other arrows? Now I can hide the template. The lines and arrow layer, I can take it and drag it to the front, not the front, to the bottom. And you notice, just by dragging it to the bottom, everything became behind it. Now I would lock all of these. And how you do your text, let me see. I would do another layer for text and call it text. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do this. In Illustrator, you have the ability of clicking once and writing a word. So this one said distribute forms to students. Or you can go ahead and create a box and put but so look at what happened. I don't like creating boxes in Illustrator because it literally boxes you in. You see this little red box? That means that there's more text in there. So you have to go in and actually make that box bigger. So in order to avoid that, go ahead and just click once and start typing. From here, what you can do, okay, you have some tools right here. I prefer to use the tools down here. So if this exact same tools, it's just my personal preference. You go up to Window, Type, Character, and I like to use these tools right here. So now you come in here, and I like to fix the type. Just because I'm a perfectionist when it comes to here. I like to center the type under paragraph like we just did. Probably close the leading. That's the spacing between each line. And this way, if you wanted to bold it, you can. Or you can just use regular. But now, you can actually go in and your text, and what you're doing, because you have everything in different layers, it keeps you organized, and in case that you make a mistake, it's a lot easier. So once you are done completely with this, then you are going to save this file as a PDF. And that's really easy. So let's say that this is your flow chart here, and I always put them on my desktop. And put your first name, flow chart. The .ai is the Illustrator file. Now what you're gonna do, File, Save As, save on your computer, Adobe PDF. That saves as a PDF, and that is the file that you are going to upload for a grade. Here it will say Illustrator, and just if you leave it on high quality print, that will be fine for the purpose of the assignment. And what I like about this, if you click down here, I always like to double check my file before I send it somewhere. It will open up a PDF. So watch what happens. Select PDF, boom, it opened it in Adobe Acrobat, and that's your file. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll talk to you later. Bye.